This bone broth might be boiling hot. We'll see how Chef Alex did. That's amazing flavor. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10. If you want to make Asian food, or in today's case, Asian fusion, you got to get your meats from an Asian market. It makes it so much easier to prep everything to be as delicious as it possibly can be while being protein dominant real food like you know I guarantee. Check us out at Haunted Market, a local Asian market right by Chef Alex's kitchen. Everybody loves a good ramen. One of the problems is good ramen is hard to come by. A lot of times if you get ramen at a ramen shop, the base is not the authentic tonkatsu that you would prefer to have. It's not a good bone broth. I cook my own ramen at home, but this is a ramen fusion. This is not by any means authentic Japanese. It is authentic Chef Alex. We're gonna have protein dominant ramen, and we're going to have a mixture of bone broth, ramen noodles. We're gonna get these organic from our Asian market, of course, and we're going to have meat that isn't commonly featured in ramen, but it's gonna be amazingly tasty, protein dominant, nevertheless. Check it out. If you wanna get sliced meat, you can either get a meat slicer and big hunks of it, or you can go to your local Asian market like we're doing today. We have sliced brisket, and we also got sliced pork. Both of these are going to go amazingly well in Chef Alex's fusion ramen. And if we wanted to be super fancy and eat ramen like an aristocrat, we got duck eggs here at the Asian market, but we're not. We're gonna just use regular eggs because they happen to be easier to soft boil. Even though we're not prepping rice today, I'll share one secret with you. If there's ever a zombie apocalypse, the first place I'm coming to is the local Asian market, because check out how much bagged rice they got. That could feed like an army for like 6 weeks. So I'm coming here if food's scarce. The weather's starting to get a little bit cooler, and one thing that makes the falls and winters amazing is a nice warm bowl of ramen. And so we're gonna show you how easy and simple it is right about now. We got our sliced meats. Don't feel obligated to get both. We got pork, we got beef. If you just got one, that's good enough. Got a nice little egg because we're feeling sexy. Got a pot, got a pan, got a cup of ice water, which you'll see what we need that for later. Got our ramen bowl. Bone broth that hopefully you learned how to make the other week. And we got our organic ramen noodles, sea salt, spices. We got Trader Joe's crunchy chili onion sauce, as well as a serrano pepper. This is gonna go great, and it's gonna only take about 25 minutes. So stay tuned and we'll speed it up for you to make it simple. First step is we want to soft boil our egg. What that means is we're gonna want to put about 3/4 of an inch of water in a pot or a pan and wait for it to boil before putting our egg in. While we wait for our soft-boiled egg water to boil, we want to turn the stove on high heat and add our bone broth to pot. And we're gonna let that bone broth reach a boil before we're going to put our organic ramen noodles in. And of course, while everything is getting nice and warm, we want to unpackage our sliced meats so they can be easily dropped off into the bone broth at the right time. Now that we see our soft-boiled egg water has hit a boil, we're gonna wanna put that egg in, close it off, and wait 5 minutes and 45 seconds. While our water heats, we want to slice up the serrano pepper, and then we're going to stir up the crunchy chili onion sauce so it's ready to go, because when you buy it, the oil's at the top. Want to make this nice and sexy for the ramen. Once our bone broth reaches a boil, try to say that fast 3 times, we're going to want to put our ramen noodles in there. Don't worry if the ramen noodles are a little bit too wide for the bowl. They will get soft soon, and you can put them in as they get soft for about 4 minutes. See, if you want your ramen noodles nice and long, you can be patient. It takes about 20 seconds and they get soft. They can get them all fitting in that nice pot. Now that it has been 5 minutes, 45 seconds, we're going to want to put the egg in the cold water, let that sit while we finish the rest of the dish. As the ramen cooks, we're going to want to put a little bit more salt in there just because we are not salting the meat. Now we're going to want to cook the ramen noodles for 4 minutes, but after about 3 minutes, we can start throwing some of the meat in the pan. Going to get a little bit more flavors on the ramen noodles like this. And let these cook. They only need about a minute. After about 45 seconds, the meat has been cooked through because it has been sliced so thin by the lovely folks at the Asian food market. Our noodles are ready because they've been in for 4 minutes, and we can transport this over to the bowl. And after we poured our noodles and meat into our bowl, we are ready to crack the egg. It is soft on the outside, so we want to be careful with it. Of course, we got to give it the obligatory crack to let everybody know how dang juicy it is. Ah! I'm going to throw jalapeno peppers on. Along with our Trader Joe's crunchy chili onion sauce. And there we have it, folks. And of course we use a fork, not chopsticks, because it's fusion and it's Chef Alex.